Cut, boys bring it back. Yeah, you know how to make it last. Plus and keeping tabs. I'ma fly first class. Quavo hit him with the. Please don't touch my rap.
Don't step on my Russ Simmons. Don't step on my Russ Simmons. Don't step on my Russ Simmons. Do you know how much I'm spending?
All right, Larry, thank you very much. We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Oakland Raiders and the Cincinnati Bengals. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage, stuff him in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, setting the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
They go with Perkins again. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Taking it about the 16. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. 6 yards here to go for the offense on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Robertson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack.
Here we go. 1-9.
To throw on third down. Cole. Wide open receiver complete. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that and have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Here's Perkins on first down. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. On second down, Perkins. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
They allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff him for a loss. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
They go play action here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. Back to throw. Robertson. He'll air this one toward Coleman. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? It's certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more have to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and pressure advantage.
And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Again, they go to Perkins. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, We have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So this offensive unit, they've now had 3 drives, and they only have 3 points to show for it.
Payoff is the key for everything. How many offenses have we talked to that say we have to finish drives? Thus far, this team hasn't finished it quite the way they wanted to.
The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, and the whole month of December is still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus. Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay, because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
And he finds a man with a crossing route. They'll get 23 yards there, and that'll be good for an Oakland first down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. The 20. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Running left, it's Perkins. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Paul Perkins, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are in for 6. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This is fielded at the goal line. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that 2nd touchdown now. Now a handoff as they run left side. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando with highlights and analysis of this first. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop it.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Normally, I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already shown in the first half that they'll go for it on fourth down.
No, they should have already said, punt it, punt it. Head coach should have already made that decision.
An update from Buffalo. The Patriots, they've now taken the lead over the Bills. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. First down, Cole. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. And an alley to run. He's got daylight past the 20. And they do finally get him at the 12. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On first down, back to Perkins. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down in the backfield. To throw on second down. Cole, he's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe go to max protection.
And he's going to go down again. Now, whistles and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So a good kick there, and they finish off the drive with 3.
And that should be the goal for an offense, finish each drive with points. So that's a nice job there to come away with at least something.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. They'll drop to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Now a play fake here on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or 2 and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may force them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of his first half of play. And Larry apparently very brief in his report. Thanks anyway, my man, as we're already set for action. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. And I know it seems like we say this a lot in broadcast booths, but a quarterback can hold on to the football too long in these situations. I think he did right there.
Oh, I agree with you totally. Sometimes you have to understand situations. Get rid of the football, save some yardage, but make it less to gain for the next down. Instead, he was so hooked on ball security, he held on to it and took a big sack.
7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? And this is incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. Well, they've got the slim deficit, decided to go for it, hoping to keep the football score and erase that deficit. But, boy, deep in their own territory like that.
Let's just say that with that call, me and the head coach will agree to disagree. All right, but he knew he wanted to be aggressive there, as you pointed out. So I guarantee you, he told his defensive coordinator, have your guys up and ready. I'm going to go for it here. If we don't get it, just make sure they're ready to go out there and bail us out.
Out of the pistol, Perkins. An agile move, but not a huge gain. Dropped at the 25. 3 yards is the pickup, but it leaves them still needing 11 here on 3rd down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action, hit them over the top.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 4th down. And Hopkins' kick is good. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. So 3 field goals for him here, and this last one helps him stretch out the lead.
And he's been solid as usual. And this is what you need to do. Make sure you get points out of every possession. And so far, they've done a nice job of that.
They find some open field here. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there.
It's the 3rd quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard. And while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. Let's go. Green, Coleman, the man in motion right. Now a handoff looking right. And down inside the 15 he goes. Red zone opportunity. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders are back within a score.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Bengals getting set to go. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns. Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
On 1st and 10, Cole. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Cole. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Cole. And that is incomplete.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Fielded just inside the 20. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So out come the Raiders. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And he rifles one incomplete. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's going to wind up and air it out. He's got it at the 15. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders are able to cash in for 6. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4.
Here we go.
To throw on 2nd down. Cole. And some space here. Oh, and now some space to operate. Boom. Still fighting through tackles. Whoa. It still won't go down. And he'll be down deep into Oakland territory. A big play there for Cincinnati. 57 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Losing 6 yards there to bring up 4th. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. And Hopkins' kick is good. And that'll bring him back within a point. All right, so this one's now back within a field goal. And if anybody tells you they see how this one's going to end, I'd have to say they're probably lying, Charles.
And this game's had more twists and turns than a good mystery novel. And I have a feeling we've got a few more twists and turns in store for us before they shake hands here.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
No, check, Patriot, here we go.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Throwing deep here for Coleman. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. It's a big play there for Oakland. 54 yards. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Coleman, the man in motion right. Now they try the right side here. Getting late here in the 4th, and if this team has any chance to win this football game, their defense obviously needs a stop here. The center receiver in motion to the right. And here now it's 2nd and goal, ball on the 7-yard line. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with 3rd down upcoming.
Oh, Brandon, I'm going to tell you, this is football time to me. They're inside the 10-yard line. That's like drawing the line in the sand. Who's going to make the stand here?
And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. It's their quarterback. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Raiders add on to their lead. So he's able to sneak it in, and credit to the guys up front.
Oh, without a doubt, because they have the leverage on this play. We always talk about low man wins in one-on-one battles. That's exactly what happened there. Their offensive line lower than the defensive front.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal.
And he can't escape, and down he goes. Hassan Reddick in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Cole, he gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Sometimes it's hard to figure, but you can live with incompletions in this situation. You can't live with these short gains that take time off the clock.
You know who loves it? This defense. A very solid gain of 27. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. He'll look to throw. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed, fast. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Raiders pick it up. And this defense has broken it open as they return it to the house for 6. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's gotten off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps, and maybe stopping him before he can get going.
Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay.
Yeah, in this case,
short play like that in this situation this late, that's a win for the defense.
no doubt. And I remember something Coach Madden used to talk about all the time. Sometimes you can't just take what the defense.
And the Raiders have got him. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. Throwing on third and long. Cole goes right side, complete to Gronk. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout. As they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. They'll run. It's Perkins. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Raiders are going to win the football game. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none.
Yes, exactly right.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. It's a gain of 8 there, and that should be enough to seal the victory.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And they can't connect. Incomplete. That stops the clock with 3 seconds left, so probably one final play here in the second quarter, barring a penalty. That'll be a gain of 16, and this will likely be the last play and wrap things up. And now here's a carry heading left. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top. One of the fun parts about working with you is that we've learned that there are different ways to do things than the way we were brought up to do them. This is Madden. Of course they were going to go ahead and get a